everyone, Maddie here. Today I am going to explore some quarantine nails with you. So I hope everybody is doing well at home during this time. I have taken this quarantine time to learn how to do some things at home that I would normally, self-care things that I would normally go and get done at, a salon. For instance, nails. So, I usually go to the nail salon every 2 weeks to get gel and my eyebrows done. And since the quarantine, obviously I haven't been able to do that, and I started to go all natural. But one of the things that I decided to do was learn how to do the nails myself. I just couldn't take it anymore, and I wanted to learn so that, I could do it myself and master it on my own. So I'm going to show you today all the things that I got for my nail kit at home, and we will do my left hand to start. And it's really cool because it enables for me to be able to change my polish whenever I want, and when there's a chip or a streak or it starts to peel, I don't have to rush to the salon or find time to take it out of my day. I can just do it at home, fix it real quick, and move on. So I've gotten a lot of compliments. I guess a lot of folks out there are feeling some type of way that they can't go about their normal daily routines, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on the fact that I did them myself and they look pretty good. So I wanted to share with you everything. I am not a professional when it comes to nails. I got all of the stuff offline, so it is readily available should you want to buy it yourself and give it a whirl. So the first thing I bought was this lovely train case. So this actually is a huge case, and it allows for the organization of all my nail stuff. So it's kind of a large case, but it's good because it allows me to store everything in here that I would need to do my nails, and keeps it nice and organized. Okay, so what I did was I basically went through in my head everything that they do when you go to a nail salon, from filing, cutting, cuticles, cuticle soaking, cuticle oil, Band-Aid, every step of the way, and I just mimicked it, and so far so good. So I am gonna start with my little jar that I actually got this at Target. It allows you to soak your cuticles in here so they become softer, so that you can use your tools to trim your cuticles and groom the fingers. Okay, next I got cuticle oil. You use this at the end to keep your cuticles and nourish and hydrate around your nail beds. So, cuticle oil. Okay, we have here some Band-Aid. This is the Band-Aid you put on your nail bed so that it helps the gel polish stick better to your nails. Just need a very little bit of that. Okay, we have a bunch of tools. Tools for scraping off gel polish, for pushing back cuticles, cutting cuticles, tweezers, and nail clippers. They're pretty silver and gold. I like this. It's the Revlon Gold collection. They're really pretty. These I got off Amazon. So I'll tell you which step of the way where I got everything, so that if you want to do it at home, you can. Okay, next we have nail files for filing your nails. We have nail buffers, There's one side that allows you to shine and the other side that buffs. Okay, just gonna stand up here so I can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, I also got these little foil wraps. So essentially, to take off the polish, we will soak the nails in some acetone and wrap them in the foil, just like you would if you went to the nail salon. Okay, and then I got a ton of nail polish. So I usually stick with 2 brands when I go to the nail salon, one of which is Wave. And Wave is one of my favorite polishes because in the box it actually gives you the gel polish along with the regular nail polish, so that if you choose, you don't have to do your toes in the gel polish. So it gives you the gel polish itself and matching regular polish. So this was actually the first thing that I went to grab online because Wave is one of my favorite brands, and once I found out that I could get it, I was so happy. So I got pink, we got light pink. The boxes don't always reflect the color of the polish. I learned that pretty quick. Got some purple and hot pink. Okay, those are the pinky purpley shades that I got. Now for the blue and the green colors, I got, and they all have fun names. This is, see, you are the teal in me. Very cute. Green tea smoothie. This is what I have on now. We have more lighter blues and a grayish blue. There. And like I said, each one of these comes with a regular nail polish. If you want to use that for your toes, or you decide you want to take a week off from gel, you have the option to do that. Okay, so next another brand that I really like is D&D, and they have like brighter colors more so than Wave. So in that I purchased more of like I forget what name this is. Let's see. I'm not sure. It's probably on the actual bottles themselves. So this is more like an orangey pink. This is a brighter pink. And this is more like a creamsicle color, which I actually think I might do that today. Either this creamsicle color or pink. Okay. And I got a ton of other colors from OPI that are just single use. Not single use, but just the single color itself. Like Funny Bunny is one of my favorites. Bubble Bath is one of my favorites. But they don't have a matching regular polish. It's just the gel. So I got a ton of those as well. So I'm stocked. I don't know if I'll ever have to go back to the nail salon. So another thing that I purchased is the base coat and the top coat, both in gel. And I purchased OPI and also the gelish top coat and foundation as well. Okay, so I think that I am gonna go with this color, the creamsicle color. Let's see if it has a name. Oh, Haven Cobbler. This also comes with the regular polish as well for toes. Okay, so I'm gonna actually stick with that. So I'm gonna put all the other colors away for now. tried to get a little bit of each so that, you know, I wouldn't get tired of one color and I could change them up as I wanted. So far I've gone through like a couple different colors, just playing around and seeing what I like. I have not tried the cobbler color yet. Okay. So the very first thing that we have to do is we actually have to take this polish off. So cotton, the first thing we grab, because we have to soak off the polish that we currently have. So I'm gonna take out some of these. We don't have to use like the whole cotton. You can fold them in half. Once you do that, and we need to get the tin foil wraps ready. Okay, and these are actually wrapped in, not individually, but there's packets of like a bunch of them in there. So that's the good news, is that you don't have to store all of them in your nail thing. You can put them like in your closet and just put a pack or two in. These also do come with a little strip on them already. Little cotton tab, so we may not actually need to use our cotton balls, but we'll give it a whirl. Okay, so I am gonna move the trunk to the ground just to give us a little more space. Okay. Alrighty, so I just have my little workspace here. So we are going to take the acetone / nail polish remover, and I got the one also on eBay that looks just like the nail salon. So you can literally do, you know, almost mimic exactly like you would if you were at the nail salon. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put a little bit, are we still sealed? Let's see. We are still sealed. So we're gonna puncture the hole, open this up. Okay, and actually, before we do that, I'm going to take the nail filer and just file each nail a little bit to try to take off some of that top layer, just like they would if you went to the nail salon. So we're just gonna file it, try to loosen up some of that top coat since it is gel. Okay. Before we put on the remover. This is super fun to do at home. I find it really relaxing, and it's kind of a good feeling to know that you can teach yourself, you know, how to do new things, especially with the crazy world we live in right now. Another thing that I purchased, which I'll show you at a later time, is I bought the waxing kit and taught myself how to wax my own eyebrows. It's pretty good. Just like you would get if you went to the salon. Okay. New Jersey is one of the states that actually hasn't announced when they're opening things back up yet, so I'm actually really glad that I chose to do this because I have no idea when I'd be able to go back. Okay. So I filed them a little bit to get off some of that top coat, and now we are going to soak the nails. All right, so we put the acetone on here. You put your finger on the little pad there, and you just wrap your fingernail just like that. Voila. Okay, and we're gonna do that for every single, I'm actually gonna take my ring off, every single nail here. Okay, 2 so far. And last but not least, the thumb. Okay. I ended up actually not using the cotton balls since these have their own little cotton swabby on there. So we're just gonna let our nails soak for right now, and then we'll move on to the next phase. Okay. Alrighty. So we want to soak them for maybe like 10-15 minutes before we check them, and this way we give, you know, the polish enough time to soak off. It's much better to do this method than to rip off the nails. I know it's hard to not peel them when they peel them all the way off when they start to peel, but it's better because that way when you do that you actually take off a couple layers of your nail. So I know it's hard, but it's much safer to do it this way and healthier for your nails. Okay. Just checked on them a little bit, and so far so good. It looks like the acetone's working. What we will do next is that we're gonna actually use this tool to help scrape off the gel polish that's already on there. And we're, after we get the polish off, we're gonna do a full manicure from A to Z, just like you would get and pay for at the salon. This does look like a lot of supplies, which it most certainly is, but after doing the math, after maybe 4 or 5 trips to the salon, everything's basically paid off. So I definitely think it's worth the investment if, you know, if you're someone like me that goes frequently. I'll actually end up saving a ton of money after what would have been, you know, 4 or 5 times. I have not tried to do a pedicure yet, so we'll see how that goes. Because if so, then I probably won't ever have to go back to the salon. So my nails are still soaking. Let's check on the pinky nail. Okay, so I just took that off real quick, and I'm gonna use this to pull off some of the polish. So I just scrape it off like so. And voila, nail polish is off. So that's pretty awesome. I didn't even have to have it sit very long. This tool is pretty good. And the acetone worked really well. Okay. This finger looks like it might have to soak a little bit more, but at least I scraped some of it off to allow for it to come off a little bit easier. Okay, next finger. This is super exciting. And it's makes me feel a lot better about myself now that I'm able to do a little bit of self-care at home. I know a lot of folks out there know exactly what I'm talking about now that we are no longer able to go to the salons. You know, they have tons of challenges online, like who has the longest roots? I wonder if I could possibly win that challenge. Got some dark roots going on there. Okay, this one is almost off, so I'm just gonna put that back in here to soak a little while longer. Okay. Same thing with this one, mostly off, but tip needs to soak a little while longer. And then I'm gonna do the thumb. Okay, same thing, just soak a little while longer, and then we're almost headed towards the next phase of things. Alrighty, so now that we've allowed it to soak a little bit more, I'm gonna take it off and finish scraping off the nail polish. Okay, it's coming off pretty clean, which is good. Okay, so for the most part, everything is off. Okay, so now I'm gonna use the nail buffer to just clean up everything else that's on the nail. Okay, so here we go. Fully nail polish free nails. So next thing we're gonna do is soak our cuticles into our little bowl here. And this allows for the cuticles to soften so that we can use our cuticle cutter and clean up around our nails. Usually when you're at the salon, they have you put both in, but I have only 2 sets of hands, so we're gonna do 1 set at a time. Okay, so now that they've soaked a little bit, it helps soften the cuticles, and we'll go around and just clean up some of the extra skin, just like this, around the nails, which is important for me because since I've been going to the nail salon for so long, if I don't actually take the time and make sure that I do this every couple weeks, I get really bad cuticles around my fingertips and they hurt. So they start to pull back. So this is important for me at the very least. I'm not sure about anybody else, just because I've been going for so long that I have to maintain them. Okay, 1 finger down. Next finger here. You do have to be careful with this. It is very sharp. Cleaning up the cuticles. Just like they would at the salon. So like I said earlier, you can pretty much get everything off of Amazon or eBay, depending upon their availability and price, but everything was readily accessible for me to get, which was pretty awesome. And not only will you save money, but you'll also save time, because I don't know about everybody else, but when I go to the salon, I have to wait if I don't have an appointment, and even when I do have an appointment, I still have to wait. So this actually saves a lot of time as well, which is pretty awesome. Just have a little nail polish on our nails still here. Clean this off a little bit. Okay, and finally the thumb. Okay, we have a little bit of polish on this one too here. Just have to scrape that off. Okay. Just have to dry the nails off here. All right, so that's how they look after a little cuticle cleanup. And now I don't have to cut the nails. They're pretty short to begin with since I do this every couple weeks. So I'm just gonna file them for the shape that I like, which also helps keep them a little bit shorter. After this, we're gonna look so cute. This is, you know, a great thing to do at home, and especially if you have, like, you know, other women and folks in your household that like to get their nails done. You can do it, you know, it might help if somebody else does your nails and you do someone else's, but either way, this proves too that you can indeed, you know, do it to yourself, if it's just you. Okay. Then we're gonna buff them again. Again, all of this I learned just from watching them do my nails a million times. So it's kind of just mimicked behavior. Okay. Okay, so there you go. So next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna remove this paper towel. So we're gonna take all the trash away just so it's easier to use the light and also easier for cleanup. Okay. And voila. All right, so off of eBay, I purchased this UV light, which has 30, 45, 60, and 90 second intervals that you can choose for your nails as you go along. All right, I'm just gonna double check that this is the color that I wanna use. Looks good. The D&D brand. All right, so I'm gonna put this on the corner here. The first thing I'm going to use is the Bond Aid to help bond the gel polish to my nails. Just gonna put some on there. Just like that, that's done. Okay, I'm gonna turn this on, put my fingers under there for just a couple seconds. And I'm actually gonna use the Gelish brand today for my foundation and my top coat. Okay. Perfect. All right, so this is the foundation. So we're just gonna do a light coat evenly across. Any extra we're gonna remove. You have the option, if your polish is very runny, you can do one nail at a time instead of painting them all and then putting it under. It just depends on the thickness of the gel polish. But I have seen where you have to do one nail at a time just because it's pretty runny. Okay, make sure that everything looks good. Wipe off any extra that's on the edges, and we go in. It's important that you want to keep your polish away from the light. It can harden the polish in the bottle. I just have it on the 30-second timer, and then at the end I'll do the 90 seconds. Okay, so now we take our polish color and you don't want to have it too runny because you want to just be able to get it just right on your supply. You want to stay away from, as best you can, getting it on your skin because that will cause it to peel. I'm going to clean off anything around the edges, like so. And put it back in. I'm just going to do one at a time here. Make sure we like the color, because otherwise you have to soak everything off again just like we did before, and that takes some time. So you want to make sure you like the color before you move along, and I think it looks pretty cute. So I'm going to stick with this color, and now we can do the rest of our nails here, like just like that. This polish actually turned out much better than the Wave when it comes to the lighter colors. The Wave was incredibly streaky, and I had to do like 3 and 4 coats. So I might actually be sticking with the D&D because its coverage is better. But this is so exciting, and we'll have really cute nails after this. Like I said before, I've been getting a lot of compliments from different folks, like, oh, you're doing your nails at home. They look great. And they're gel. I really like the gel because it lasts for 2 weeks or longer. So, and it doesn't peel as much. It doesn't chip. It only peels like towards the end when you're getting ready to change your polish anyway. So, okay, first coat done, and into the light. This is a really cute color, very summery. It reminds me of a creamsicle. So in we go for 30 seconds. And then we'll do our next coat. All right. look. All right, so next, we're a little too close to the UV light. We're gonna do our next coat. And the good thing about this is the coverage is great. So after 3 coats, it's gonna, really after 2 coats, it looks great. Which for the lighter colors, D&D is gonna be the brand for sure. I'm curious what everybody's favorite colors are for their nails. I don't really have too much of a favorite color. I love the grays and the blues, but summertime I also like bright colors. So I kind of go in between all different ones. Last year I tried yellow, which turned out to be really pretty, so that's the second coat before we go in here. So about the UV lamp, I actually ordered a UV light off of Amazon, and when I found this one on eBay, I actually returned the ones on Amazon because of the wattage. So the higher the wattage, the better the polish will dry. So get the stronger wattage if you can find it. This one works perfectly. Okay, that's how it's looking so far. So we're gonna do one last coat here. Just very lightly, because it already looks great. And this is so exciting, yay! We have cute nails. Doesn't look streaky at all, which is awesome. The teal looked a little bit streaky. So here we go. Beautiful. One last time for that. And then on to top coat. Okay, make sure it's dry. All right, now for the top coat. Ooh. Keep getting too close to the light. Okay, top coat, and into the light we go. Now, I have to look to see if D&D is a brand that you need to do wipe off. Use a lint-free pad with D&D cleanser to remove the tacky residue. So yep, D&D is a brand that we will have to use some of the alcohol to wipe off the sticky residue at the end. Some brands you don't have to do that with. Okay, so that is how it looks. Now I'm gonna switch over to the 90 and we'll do this a couple times just to ensure that it's dry, because nobody likes a smudged nail. And then we will move on to the final stage. This is definitely a new level of DIY, folks, but it's worth it for sure. This is the cuticle oil that we are going to put around the cuticles to moisturize them and keep them from peeling. Okay, we'll do one more 90-second. Just to ensure that it's dry. I didn't need to push back any cuticles today, but if you haven't done your cuticles in a while, this would be the tool that you would use after you've soaked your nails to really push your cuticles back. But I've been doing this every week to 2 weeks, so there wasn't very much cuticle there to even cut or push back. Make sure your nails are all the way in there so they can get nice and dry. All right, so now that we're done that, test them. They're nice and dry, a little bit sticky. I like to use the nail file to just clean up and make sure that you don't have like any wild ends flying off here like we do over here. By cleaning them up, it allows it so that they won't stick and won't peel easily, because once they start to grow, it'll peel pretty quick if you have it stuck. Okay. And just be careful as you do this. Okay, and then we're going to use some alcohol to take off the stickiness. Just a little bit on there. Okay, next we will use the cuticle oil. We're just going to go around the nail bed here where your cuticles are to nourish the cuticles. And as you do this, the painting will get better and better every time. The first time mine was a lot on the skin, and I learned that you can't do that, it'll peel. Okay, so here we go. Beautiful little nails. All right. Alrighty, so here we are. This is the final product of the gel nail quarantine nails at home. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. Like I said, the more that you do it, the better you will get every time. I didn't start out, you know, doing this perfect. But every time you do it, you'll get a little bit better. Practice makes perfect. So curious what everybody has been teaching themselves and doing at home during this time. I have been trying to do some DIY self-care items. Soon I will show you also the waxing kit and things I bought to do my eyebrows at home. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if anybody else out there has been doing their nails or doing their hair or what everybody's been doing. Make sure to like the video, comment below, let us know what you guys are up to and what you want to see next, and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching today, and hope you enjoyed the quarantine nails. Bye everyone, see you soon.